Hi, this is Andrew from American Artisan. We're continuing on with our Splayed dovetail stool. We're going to get ready to cut our pins. We cut our tails before, now we need to cut our pins. Our tails act as a template for our pins, so each dovetail is unique and has its hand cut. But I want to give you a heads up of what you're getting into here. When you're cutting your tails, you could start and stop, kind of as you might have a few hours to work on the project here, a few hours there. But I want to warn you about two things. One is that when you go to cut your pins, you need to commit to get through each corner. You don't have to have it seat all the way down like this is. You can have it just so it's just sort of tapped on there, but maybe not making it all the way down to the shoulder. The reason for that is as the wood expands and contracts, like say if you let it sit for a week, like you work on it one Saturday, you come back to the next Saturday, you might go and try to tap it together and you had it pretty good and it won't fit as well anymore. And that's because these two boards, once they're apart, can expand at different rates. So as you cut each corner of pins, you need to commit enough time to get this one lashed onto that one. You don't have to glue it, but at least get them dry fit. The other thing I want to warn you about is sometimes when you're, especially as your skills are progressing and you're getting better at cutting dovetails, you'll want to get them really nice and tight, and sometimes they can crack. I mean, this happened to me on this project. I was working on this corner, I got it seated on there really nice, and I was getting ready to fit this corner, and what happened was I wanted to take this one off to make it a little easier, and I made a classic mistake. As we were tapping our pins down, you always need to have a sacrificial block of wood, and you should always place it on there and tap onto that sacrificial block. What that does is it transfers the kinetic energy of the mallet evenly over the row of dovetails. I didn't do that. I was rushing, and I made one tap in the center and pulled up, and it split right down the center. You can actually see it here. If your board split, if your tailboard splits when you're tapping on or removing your pin board, don't panic. This happens. What you need to do is immediately, if it's a narrow split, maybe make it a little bit wider by prying a chisel in there. Get some glue in there, smudge it in there, maybe use an air hose to kind of blow it in, make sure it saturates the joint, put a clamp on it, and move on to the next corner. So I did that here. You can see the glue oozing out on the bottom, and that's actually good because I put the glue in from the top. That means I have a saturated joint. I let it dry for 45 minutes, and I went ahead and cut this corner. So now you can see I have 3 of my 4 corners cut. I have 1 left to do. We're going to proceed to the next video where I'll go through all the steps. So I just wanted to give you this warning that, make sure you commit enough time, and if it cracks, don't panic, just deal with it. I'll see you in the next video.